dances away from Sofal, looks for Haaland!
Manchester didn't just sign a striker, it engineered the most controlled goal machine football has ever seen. How Erling Haaland dominates football off the pitch is just as calculated as how he destroys defenses on it.
The joke comes with football as well. Boy, I think I'm off it.
Man City boy, isn't it?
And here's where the story really begins to take a different turn. Manchester isn't just a football city, it's a pressure cooker. Every session is watched, every mistake amplified, every big moment demanded. Some players shine here, others disappear. Haaland didn't just survive it, he fit it perfectly. In a league obsessed with noise, fame, and celebrity headlines, Haaland represents something colder and far more dangerous. Control, power without chaos, discipline without drama, efficiency over everything, no distractions, no side quests, no wasted energy. This is why he's become the benchmark for the modern striker. Not flashy for the cameras, not chasing attention, just built to dominate spaces, bodies, and score lines. Manchester sharpened that edge. And once you understand that mindset, his career choices and lifestyle suddenly make perfect sense.
Comes up trumps for Norway.
This part often gets skipped, but it explains everything. Erling Haaland was born on July 21st, 2000 in a footballing country that doesn't manufacture global superstars. At Bryne FK from 2016 to 2017, there were no cameras, no hype, no safety net. He moved from youth football into the senior squad as a teenager, earning almost nothing by elite standards. No endorsements, no bonuses, just a basic wage and hard training days. And that was the point. Bryne gave him something more valuable than money: physical toughness, cold pitches, adult defenders, and the kind of football that forces your body to grow up fast. The first real step forward came at Molde FK in 2017 under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His salary rose to around 50,000 to 100,000 euros per year. But more importantly, his output exploded. Goals followed. Confidence followed. In 2018, he won Elite Syrian Breakthrough Player of the Year. Still, the focus stayed narrow. Fundamentals first, fame could wait. And then everything accelerated. In 2019, RB Salzburg paid around 8 million euros to bring Haaland into a system built for speed, pressing, and goals. He signed a 5-year deal worth an estimated 1 to 3 million euros per year. A massive jump from Norway, but still grounded in performance. This was the moment Europe noticed. The Champions League stage didn't intimidate him, it amplified him. Goals came in bursts. The defenders looked unprepared. Commentators scrambled for comparisons. Salzburg gave him exposure, and Haaland delivered instantly. For the first time, small endorsement deals began appearing, though they remained secondary. Football still paid the bills. Salzburg went on to win the Austrian Bundesliga and Cup, proving his output wasn't just highlight-worthy, it was trophy-backed. More importantly, this era introduced Haaland to the global spotlight, and showed he could handle it without losing focus. But here's where the pressure really turned up. Borussia Dortmund signed Haaland in 2020 for around 20 million euros, and overnight expectations followed him everywhere. His salary jumped to roughly 7 to 8 million euros per year, plus goal bonuses and appearance incentives. This wasn't development anymore. This was delivery. And he delivered. Week after week, goals in the Bundesliga, big nights in the Champions League, defenders backed off, crowds leaned forward, every touch felt dangerous. His value skyrocketed, and so did the noise around him. Transfer rumors never stopped. Every elite club was watching. Behind the scenes, global brands took notice. Nike negotiations began during this period, signaling his arrival as a commercial force, not just a football one. In 2021, he lifted the DFB Pokal, a rare team trophy in a stretch otherwise defined by constant speculation. The pressure was relentless. Media scrutiny, injury questions, future debates, all stacked on a player barely out of his teens. But instead of fracturing him, Dortmund sharpened him. He didn't chase headlines, he let goals do the talking.
Ball, Haaland's header, City are in front!
And this is where the league shifted. In 2022, Manchester City activated Erling Haaland's 60 million euro release clause, a move that felt risky to some and inevitable to others. The contract placed him among the Premier League's elite earners, pulling in roughly 375,000 to 400,000 pounds per week. Big money, massive expectations, zero patience. What followed didn't look real. Defenses collapsed, records fell. Haaland didn't just break the Premier League scoring record with 36 goals. He smashed it in his debut season. Every touch inside the box carried inevitability. Crowds felt it, goalkeepers felt it. But it wasn't just goals. City went on a historic run, completing the treble in the 2022-23 season. League, Cup, Europe. Haaland wasn't a luxury addition. He was the missing weapon. Bonuses piled up, pushing his annual earnings to an estimated $45 million at their peak. More importantly, this was the moment he crossed over, from elite striker to global football icon. Just when it seemed like his future would always stay open, City locked it down. In January 2025, Manchester City handed Haaland a record-breaking extension running until 2034. The release clause was removed completely, a clear statement of intent from both sides. His new base salary climbed to around £525,000 per week, roughly £27.3 million per year before bonuses. No Premier League player had ever signed a longer or richer deal at this level. This wasn't just about money, it was about control. Haaland secured stability, leverage, and long-term power over his career path. No pressure exists, no forced decisions. His future, his timing, his legacy, all firmly in his own hands. Off the pitch, the machine kept growing. Haaland's long-term Nike boot deal, signed around 2023, is estimated between 15 and 20 million euros per year, placing him among football's commercial elite. Fashion followed football, with Dolce & Gabbana bringing him on as a global brand ambassador, earning roughly 2 to 2.5 million euros annually. The supporting cast came next. Tag Heuer, Samsung Breitling, EA Sports, Hyperease. Every partnership reflected performance, precision, and recovery, never hype for hype's sake. According to Forbes 2025, Haaland's off-field earnings alone now approach $20 million annually. Add salary and bonuses, and his net worth sits between $80 to $100 million, with projections soaring to $300 to $400 million if form and fitness hold. He's no longer just scoring goals, he's quietly building a global empire. Then the pace slowed. After welcoming his first child in late 2024, Haaland shifted toward privacy and calm. He settled in Cheshire in a £5 to £6 million gated estate designed for recovery, not attention. From wellness spaces to nutrition-focused living, every square foot serves a purpose. But before Cheshire, there was pure efficiency. When Haaland arrived in Manchester in 2022, life moved fast. Matches, training, recovery, repeat. Comfort wasn't the priority, control was. That's why he chose a duplex penthouse in Deansgate Square. Spanning around 3,100 square feet, the apartment sits high above the city, wrapped in floor-to-ceiling glass with uninterrupted skyline views. The design is sharp and minimalist. Muted tones, clean lines, nothing to distract the mind after a match. The open-plan living area flows into a sleek kitchen built for structured meal prep, not entertaining crowds. 3 ensuite bedrooms create quiet zones for rest, while a home office and balconies offer brief mental resets. Smart climate control keeps everything stable, day or night. Downstairs, the 50,000 square foot resident club delivers pool, gym, yoga, and cycling facilities. This wasn't a forever home, it was performance-based. What's striking is how little noise he makes about giving back. Haaland doesn't build campaigns around his name. He keeps it simple and direct. In Norway, he returned to his roots, donating over 1,000 football gift boxes to children under 12 worth more than 110,000 euros. For those families, it wasn't branding, it was belief. In Manchester, his focus runs through Manchester City in the community. In 2025, he hosted a small charity evening at the Etihad, raising significant funds for youth programs. He's also visited local schools through the initiative, choosing presence over publicity. His support for inclusive football runs deeper. In Oslo, he played in a charity match supporting athletes with disabilities. Earlier, he donated to children's hospitals during COVID, supported food banks in Brunei, and contributed to autism charities in Romania. No headlines, no speeches, just impact. A Away from stadium noise, Haaland's life is quieter than people expect. He lives with his longtime partner, Isabel Haugseng Johansson, and in December 2024, they welcomed their first child. That moment changed the rhythm. Less chaos, more structure. Everything slowed down in the best way. Routine now anchors his days. His diet is strict, roughly 6,000 calories built around high-quality steak, eggs, oatmeal, and raw milk. No shortcuts. He often cooks for himself, treating food like training, not indulgence. Recovery is non-negotiable. Ice baths, red light therapy, deep tissue massage, and structured stretching fill the gaps between sessions. Mental control matters just as much. Meditation helps him reset, something fans recognize in his calm, almost playful goal celebrations. Off-duty, his tastes stay simple. Minecraft, endless football matches, and quiet time. Even his 2025 yacht holiday felt controlled. Recovery first, always.
Still Haaland.
When you strip everything back, Haaland's story in Manchester is about control. Control of the environment, control of routine, control of energy. Popularity was never the goal. Purpose was. Manchester gave him the platform, the pressure, and the standards required to dominate. And instead of fighting it, he shaped his life around it. From performance-driven homes to disciplined recovery, every choice feeds the same objective. Haaland isn't just a superstar striker. He's a blueprint for modern elite athletes. Focused, intentional, and built to last in a world designed to distract. Erling Haaland's Manchester life proves dominance isn't accidental. From controlled homes to disciplined recovery and quiet purpose, everything serves performance. This isn't luxury for show, it's luxury with intent. If you enjoyed this deep dive into modern greatness, subscribe and tell us who to explore next after this episode.